Namaskar. I Shambhavi welcome you all to your channel Galactic Echoes. So let's start exploring the wisdom of Vedic astrology. So today we'll be doing the 8th episode of What is the Rising in your Navamsa chart series, and we'll be trying to understand the Scorpio rising in your Navamsa chart, how it will manifest in your life, and how will it lay a basic foundation in the married life and the life after 36 years of your age in your life. So let's get started and let's dive in. So basically, if you have the Scorpio rising or if you are the Scorpio ascendant in your Navamsa chart, so Scorpio is the sign which is being ruled by Mars and it is co-ruled by Ketu. So what it shows is that there will be the theme of constant ups and downs in your life. Now it will depend, the intensity of the ups and downs will depend the planet's place in the first house, the basic working of the whole Navamsa chart that has to be analyzed. But there will be some certain sort of ups and downs. Like for example, you are working on a project and you are you are thinking that it is the perfect thing, and yes, I'll be delivering it tomorrow. This is the best thing and I'll get promotion out of it. The second day, when you will go to your office, you will get to know that the person you were working under has now been transferred to a new place. So now the thing which was being created and you were you have invested a lot of time, it can go into vain if the person, the new recruit, doesn't approve it. It depends on the chart what is happening, right? It can also be a good thing, a blessing in disguise, because Mars is also ruling the chart. If it is going in a bad direction, because Ketu is also co-ruling the chart, then it will be shown in the chart itself. So this is a kind of theme which will govern your life, the constant ups and downs, because the transformation part of the Scorpio is for the birth chart. The suddenness part is more prevalent in the Navamsa chart. There will be sudden things, sudden circumstances in your life, that one day you are doing this, the other day you are inclined to do something else because of a butterfly effect. So this is the major theme in your life post marriage, and you will be a very much calm, composed, and a secretive, mysterious kind of a personality after marriage. Why? Because Scorpio is the fixed sign and it is the water element sign. So it is the deep still water. So it is like a well. It can also be a lake which is not disturbed over ages, since ages. So this is a lake which is not disturbed since ages. This is a well which is not disturbed since ages. So it is a fixed water which you have become. So what it shows is that on the face of it, when people will see you, they'll say that you are harmless and you are the best person and you can be the best friend and you are the jovial person and you will behave normally in every setting, unless any planet is sitting over there. That will definitely change the outcome. But if someone hurts you with this Scorpio rising in the Navamsa chart, you will definitely get back to him or her. You won't leave him or her. The Scorpion energy will be very much enhanced with this Navamsa rising. The elements of the sign will be very much enhanced. The spiritual inclination will be very much enhanced. You will be mysterious in all sort of the things you do, all the dealings you make, all the work you do, be it creative, be it professional, be it artistic, be it corporate, whatever thing you do in your life, you will be very much mysterious. You will try to hide things from the people in general. Even your spouse will not know. You will think it is not the time to open all the cards. This sort of a personality you will become, and you will think that there is a definite particular time assigned to everything when the things should be revealed. So this is the sort of Scorpion energy you will feel inside you. You will be very much calculative, you will be very much mysterious, you will be very much inclined towards occult and mysticism also. If Rahu sits here, then you might also be interested in tantric practices also. So this is something which you can see with this Scorpio rising, because of the fact that Mars is ruling the Navamsa chart in your case. So you will face definitely a complete transformation Either you will become zero to hero or hero to zero. That depends on the chart, the intensity of the chart. Even you are hero right now, you can become a bigger hero with this placement, with this rising in your Navamsha post 36 years of your life, or when you get married, whenever your Navamsha gets activated. But there will be definitely a certain kind of transformation, and now that depends on the whole working of the birth chart as well as the Navamsha chart, which we have to look. Now the key to lower your ups and downs are the consistent efforts which you will do, which you will put in your work. You calculating your work day and night, you thinking about what should be done and what should not be done, you thinking about what is correct and what is not, you trying to assess all the things, all the related things in your life, and all the problems in your life, the challenges, where are they coming from, what can be the solution of it. Basically your mind working 24 into 7 towards something. That consistent nature, that is the demand from your side, which universe is demanding. You want to be consistently present in something. Then these ups and downs and these challenges, suddenness post 36 will be reduced. Now the ups and downs can be seen in the consistent work can be related to anything: creativity, finance, corporate structures, or even government also. If you are Varagottam Lagna, so basically if you have Scorpio rising in your Navamsha chart and you have Scorpio rising in the birth chart as well, so what you will see is that you will be blessed, and you will be very much blessed, and you will be having that sort of a prosperity, good luck, and good luck with suddenness, good luck with ups and downs in your life, because of the blessings of the Lord Vishnu. Because Scorpio is a fixed sign, so fixed signs are ruled by Lord Vishnu. But Vargottam Lagna is considered great from the perspective of prosperity, good luck, fortune, all these non-living karakas. But from the perspective of marriage, it is not considered to be good. Why? Because the Navamsha chart is a double identity chart. When you get married to someone, you activate a Navamsha chart. So basically Navamsha shows the intermingling of your and your spouse's energy. So if you are going into it alone, and if you are not changing your self and your personality from the birth chart to the Navamsha, then it can pose challenges in your married life. Because then you will be writing your points down, your criteria down, and you'll be handling it over to your spouse. These are my criteria and you have to fit in this, because you are Scorpio in the birth chart and Scorpio in the Navamsha also. That might pose challenges in the married life. The intensity of the challenges will be studied from the whole chart again. Placement of especially Mars, wherever your Mars is placed in the birth chart and the Navamsha chart, that will define the intensity of these problems in your married life if you are a Vargottam rising. Planets in trine to Scorpio, basically if they are placed in the Scorpio or in the Cancer or in the sign of Pisces, will they all signs, the water element signs, are governed by the Treta Yug theme. So what is the Treta Yug theme? They are the four dharma: Vishwa dharma, Rashtra dharma, Samaj dharma, and Swadharma. And you being a Scorpio rising in your Navamsha chart will be empowering you. All these Trikon signs will be empowering you to follow three dharmas out of all these four dharma, which are Rashtra dharma, Samaj dharma, and Swadharma. So basically Swadharma is duty to self, your family, and you. And Samaj dharma is duty to your society, and the Rashtra dharma is the duty towards your nation. So you will not be very much interested in the world politics or world issues, global issues. You will be very much inclined towards your nation, towards your society, giving back to the society, and towards yourself. Like, I want to do these things for me and my family, for the societies, for your relatives, and for your well-wishers, helping the society to become a whole. So maybe you would want to be professionally in something which is giving back to the society, that sort of a profession. And at the ultimate level, on the apex of your hierarchy, is the nation, your country, in whatever country you live. So let's take an example that you are an NRI living abroad in some country, but with this placement or with this rising of Scorpio in the Navamsha chart, you won't be very much interested in the global issues of global warming, climate change, or glaciers melting, but you will be very much interested in the issues or news happening in your country, India. what is, politically happening, domestic policies, foreign policies of my country. So this is a sort of personality you will become post marriage. Malefic energy, Mars rules your Navamsa chart, and it will definitely pose challenges. But if Mars is placed in the Kendra houses or in the Trikona houses, like meaning 1, 4, 7, 10 or 1, 5, 9, then you will have ample amount of energy and passion to steer through all these challenges. So you'll be able to conquer, win all the circumstances, all the negative circumstances in your life. Now there is one important thing which we should take into consideration, that the Venus and Mars are the only two planets who govern the similar element sign in which they get debilitated. Like Venus rules Taurus sign, the earth element sign, and it gets debilitated in the Virgo sign. It's also an earth element sign. Similarly, Mars, your Navamsha lord, rules the Scorpio sign, which is a water element sign, and it gets debilitated in the sign of Cancer, which is again a water element sign. So what it shows is, the first thing which I have told in almost all the videos present on this channel, the debility of Venus and Mars are not bad at all. Why? Because they already, as planets and as that planetary energy, know where are they going, because they already rule same element energy, right? Because Scorpio is also a watery sign and Cancer is also a watery sign. So if your Mars is placed in the Trikon in the ninth house, it will get debilitated, but then also it will empower you with that energy, because debility of Mars is not bad at all. Because in debilitation, Mars knows what is to be done, because he rules that water element sign, Scorpio. He is the ruler of that. He knows the proceedings for the water element sign. But the difference is that Scorpio is a fixed sign and Cancer is a movable sign. So there is where the difference is created. So if you want to be, Mars is fixed on his decision. He's a soldier. He wants to fight, and he will not deviate from that decision, even if he has to lose his life in that whole process, right? But when he is placed in the sign of Cancer, it is more prosperous, nurturing, nourishing. So Mars gets frustrated because of the movable energy of the Cancer, not because of the water element. Movable energy of the Cancer is the thing which should be dealt with, in order to, which is the problem in your case with this debility of Mars. Otherwise it is all good. The debility of Mars and Venus isn't bad at all. So this is something which you should understand. If your Mars is placed in the ninth house, or if it is placed in Trikon, it is a very good thing. You just have to stick on your decisions, on your things which you have decided on. You don't have to be frustrated from the nourishing and the caring which which are inclined to provide to someone. Otherwise it is all okay. So basically what it shows is that you are the soldier and you have to create the boundaries, right? But you have to create the boundaries for the home, around the home, not in the home. That if you are a fighter in the home, then you should be protecting your home. You shouldn't be burning it. This is the basic thing which you have to understand with this debility of Mars. Otherwise the Mars debility is not at all a problem in any case. And the debility of Venus also, it is not at all a problem, but which we have already discussed in the Taurus rising Navamsha. Basic thing is that the Mars debility should be analyzed in such a way, and should be dealt in a such a way that it again provides energy in a positive manner towards your birth and your manifestation on this planet Earth, not in a negative sense. So this is something which you can do with this particular placement of Mars. The themes of Scorpio will govern all the marriage, all the basis of the marriage in your life, because the first house of your Navamsha is the seventh house of your partner. Because the seventh house of your Navamsha, which is the Taurus sign, is indicating the first house of your spouse. So basically Scorpio sign is the sign of sustenance of your marriage. If you will be too much mysterious, too much hidden, and if you would play mind games with them, it can steer your marriage into a negative side, into a negative direction. So you should be looking that. But at the end of the day, we know that all these themes, they govern your marriage. So maybe you are in a particular kind of position where you cannot share all the information with your family. Like It can be the placement of the people who are working in intelligence agencies for the country, that whatever mission they are going on, they cannot share it with their family for their safety. So this is something which can also be seen. But then ultimately the scorpion energy and the scorpion karma is being fed, right? If you are not sharing things with your family because of their good, is something positive. But if you are not sharing something to your spouse and something to them, your family, because of the mind games and the negative karakas, then it can definitely go into a negative direction. Scorpio rising in the Navamsa chart, you can also see that you will have so many wisdom oriented people in your family post marriage. Maybe your relatives, they grow into a wise person, or you will feel that yes, they have gained certain kind and certain level of wisdom in their personality, in their life. You can also have your fixed assets in the form of advice from your mentors. So this is something important. It is a philosophical thing, it is a metaphorical thing, but it is important. Your speech, it will be very much advice oriented. You will be talking to like a mentor to people. This is something. Your face will also have that fiery energy in it, and it will glow with charm and that radiance of the sun. And basically your personality will be a Jupiterian sort of a thing post marriage. Face especially, it can get chubby or round post marriage. Your way of speaking and your subordinates or your co-workers, can your siblings, will be very much structured in their approach now. Your younger siblings especially, they'll be very much structured, organized, and they'll be hardworking, and they'll be reserved sort of personalities. They will not try to speak much. Your short travels will be very much organized, and they'll be very much to the point sort of a thing, that you are going to a certain place because for 2 days, because the 2 days are the ample amount of time which I should give to this specific short trip. And you will also have a professional skill in your hands, especially organizing things or writing something structured sort of a thing. Your family and your home will have an unconventional environment. So maybe you have articles brought in to your home from foreign, or you will have that foreign interior decoration in your home. And you have seen people decorating the walls with cassettes and the film paintings and the film posters in their home. That can also be seen because Rahu is the co-ruler of the sign of Aquarius. And your children, they will be very much spiritual. They might love to speak a foreign language. They'll be very much fond of traveling abroad. They will be very much creative. They will be imaginative. They would want to be isolated sometimes. So they would want to play isolated games, this sort of a thing. Maybe they want just to read books sometimes in isolation. That sort of a personality they'll be. And your daily routine will be very much passionate, competitive, and busy. You have time dedicated to all the things in your life, but out of that timetable, you won't be able to get out a minute for anything else in your life. So you will be competitor with your rivals. You will be that passionate, fierce, win-win personality after marriage. You would want to clash with your competitors, your rivals. You would want to end all your debts, and you would want to compete with all the diseases in your life. You will always keep pushing your limits with this Scorpio rising in the Navamsa chart. Your spouse will be very much earthy element sort of. Basically he or she will be a stabilized person, a practical person who will be very much materialistic, and the level of their materialism will be very much fixed. Like if they want a certain thing, they won't go for any substitute. They want it, so they want it. That is a kind of personality, because Taurus falling in the 7th house of yours, and the Taurus is the most materialistic sign of all the 12 signs in the zodiac belt. So yes, they will be materialistic. They might also have a sweet voice. They might also have Venusian qualities in them. Venus can be in important placements in their chart. And all sort of these things, they will have a family lineage, and they might also have recognition through their face, that sort of a thing. And they will have a prosperous home. So basically your in-laws will be very much prosperous. Basically they will be bringing in that prosperity into your life, because moon gets exalted in the sign of Taurus. Your in-laws will be very much communication oriented. They might be also traders. They might be very much sort of a personality. They will have that ample amount of curiosity in them. They would want to explore things. They will be childlike, like they are people in their 80s or 70s, and they still have that childlike behavior in them. They are jovial. They are the laughing sort of a personality. They crack jokes often. This sort of a personality your in-laws might be. You would get into some immature decisions related to your shared assets. So this is something which you should keep track of, because your shared assets or your hidden assets, they might get fluctuated with this placement. The sensual desires will be very much enhanced post marriage. This is seen because Gemini is a very sensual sign, and your gurus will be your mentors, your gurus, your father. He'll become a very caring, nurturing sort of a personality. He'll be very much inclined towards providing to the family, and you might want to travel to places which are related to water. So you will always do long distance travel to foreign places which are related to water bodies, or basically they will have famous water bodies around them. They can also have female goddesses. The pilgrimages to female goddesses can also be seen with this Scorpio rising. And the the professional front of yours will be very much kingly and creative sort of. So creativity is something which you cannot separate from yourself. At your professional front, you will have to be creative in whatever profession you are, irrespective of the branch. Even if you are an engineer, you will have to find solutions to your problems creatively. You can also become arrogant at your workplace. You can also become, you can also achieve heights in your career with this Scorpio rising in your Navamsa chart. And there might also be certain clashes at your workplace, at your professional front, ego clashes, I must say. Your incoming gains will very much be, they'll be very much organized, structured, and they'll be very much nitpicked. So you will definitely want to see, whoa, from where I'm getting this much of money, from where I'm not getting this much of money. And you will be calculating it, you will be nitpicking it, and you will be organizing it according to yourself. And your social circle will be very much organized. You would declutter all the people who are not adding to your growth. So this is something which you will see post marriage in your life. And your spiritual inclinations will be very much balanced. Your inclination towards moving to a foreign land or visiting a foreign land will be very much balanced, that I should go once a year or something like that. Even if you want to go to a foreign place to visit or explore, or if you want to connect to spirituality, then there will be Venusian kind of traits. You will be wanting to visit a creative place, a place with a creative history, that sort of a place. Or you will want to connect to spirituality creatively. This is what we'll see from this Scorpio rising. So basically you will have that balance in the spiritual life of yours, and also the private life of yours, which is also represented by the bedroom pleasures are seen from the 12th house. Also the thing that your hospital bills, you loving isolation, all these things will be balanced. Say if you were a Pisces rising in your birth chart and you loved isolation, and you would want to be in isolation every time, you would want to creatively and indulge into your imaginative world. But now you are having this Scorpio rising in your Navamsa chart, and you are very much balanced in that sphere of your life. You would you'll be balancing spirituality with the practicality, the imagination world with the practicality again. So this is something which you will see from this placement. So in conclusion, if we have to conclude this video, what are the two major points which we should definitely check when assessing the Navamsa chart are, first of all, the interesting point with this thing is that the Scorpio rising in a Navamsa chart cannot be any earth element rising in the birth chart. So what does it mean is that if you are a Scorpio rising in your Navamsa chart, so you cannot be an Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn rising in your birth chart, in your main birth chart. So you can be water element rising, you can be fire element rising, you can be air element rising, and you can then transition into the water of Scorpio. So this transition is very important to check. So maybe you were Leo ascendant in the birth chart, and you were very much passionate, you were very much egoistic, you were very much, that radiant sort of a personality. You love that aura and that passion in yourself, and that confidence, that glowing confidence in your personality. But now you are more reserved, calm, composed, because you have transitioned into a fixed watery element sign, the Scorpio sign. You are very much uh, authentic, reserved, mysterious. You would not want to publicly express yourself as you wanted in your birth chart, being a Leo rising. So this is something, the transition of the element is very much important to look and to assess, because it governs major themes in your life, and the basic scenario of the marriage is basically based on this transition of the element. Now the other thing which we should always take note of, that where is this Scorpio rising falling in which house in your birth chart. So let's say if you're not a Virgotam rising, if you have some other rising in your demon chart, let's say a Leo rising again, and you have Scorpio sign falling in the fourth house of yours. And now the fourth house themes which will be triggering the activation of your Navamsa chart, and your Navamsa chart beginning with a Scorpio sign. So your mother can initiate your marriage, or you dissolving your ties with your homeland and shifting to a new foreign place with your spouse can also be the activation of your marriage. So this is important, where this Scorpio sign is falling in which house in your birth chart, in your main chart. Themes of that house will govern, and they will activate your Navamsha. So if you want to briefly check what will be the themes which will activate my Navamsha, you can check the D1 Rising series, which I have already placed the link in the description. So you will get to know what are the themes which will be activating your Navamsha with this Scorpio sign. So this was how you decode the Navamsha chart. And if you really like the content of this video, do not forget to like this and share it with your friends and family. And also, if you regularly want to see such amazing videos on astrology, do not forget to subscribe it. Thank you.